Hey everybody, Asher here, back with more Starsector, where we are continuing exactly where we left off before, and it was quite a mighty storm that disrupted everything before. We have a few different things going on. We have a contact here that has a mission for us. We also have some story missions. I'm just kind of flipping and hitting the wrong things. Not that, although maybe that could be good, but no. We're going to go to what's accepted. We still need to do these story missions. Actually, I need to do the Red Planet as well, but we're going to kind of be locked into the core worlds for the time being because the Hegemony is saying, hello guys, you have AI and we want you to not do that, which is one of their sort of plot points and one of the reasons some players say, you know what, Hegemony, just get eliminated. But for now, we're going to start by visiting our buddy here at Port C. I think that's what it's called. So let's go ahead and repair ships because we do need a little bit of repairs. I have a crap ton of supplies. If you didn't catch the last episode, we changed up the fleet just a touch. Tri-tech, though, sometimes may have some interesting things to buy. Apparently not here, though. So that's okay. Com directory, here is our... oh, actually, it's Gargoyle. Well, excuse me. I thought maybe that we would have something with the contact here. Hi, Gargoyle. Okay, after connecting the local network, you enter the comms ID for Gargoyle, then pause for a prompt to initiate the call. You look over your comms officer, and they nod, ready to act. As soon as you execute the command, the electronic warfare console lights up. For a fleet action in the nebula, comms wrangles the infosec systems with cool efficiency, coordinating active response with nav sensors and engineering stations. After only half a minute, the storm breaks, the alarms quiet, and your primary display resolves from a mesmerizing fractal battleground to a heavily augmented face grinning impishly at you. That would be this face, I imagine. You were ready for me, Gargoyle says too sweetly to be earnest, then turns to an imagined audience. The rocket jockey put together enough brains to deal with my little hello. Gargoyle bounces back from the camera and applauds you. Well done. So, you know who I am. Tell me, why did Ryan give you my number? More presents, bribes, begging? Did he finally get in trouble with that junta of puppeteering vampires he desperately wishes were his friends, on the run from low and needs a rep wipe? Do you always make that face when you meet new people? So, back to no-nonsense old space captain. I have a job for you. I was told you're the best. It's a Pokemon master, apparently. A job? No. Gargoyle gags theatrically. If I ever do a day of work, I want you to throw me out of the airlock, then throw that airlock into a black hole. The hacker lounges back casually, but I'm listening because you told me I'm the best, and I am. However, I'm not sure you really understand what it is I do. A hand studded with interface nodules waves, and your display fills with news clips, industrial shutdowns, suspected sabotage, databases hacked, political comms leaked, credits missing, ghost fleets. What I do, Gargoyle sits up and looking serious at last, is magic. An institution of polity, a warship, a fleet, the Hegemony, or Ludic Church, the tri-tachyon mega credit sucking corporation. These are machines of people, and these people don't understand their own machines, or, a mock pondering tome, other people come to think of it, the oneness of the holy constructs of mass delusion. But I, Gargoyle taps his head-mounted data point. I understand. Simply, a finger pokes at you from the display. Press there, and then there, and the bubble pops. Push on the right place or at the wrong time, and the mighty become a sad joke, a gust of wind, a fart of fancy. Thanks. I'm starting to like Gargoyle. A flimsy shell that's cracked. Understand? So, I'm going to say yes, I believe so, because I'm a simple space captain and you had me at a fart joke. Okay, Gargoyle stares at you slack-jawed. Nah, you don't. You're just pretending because you think you need to look tough and smart in front of your minions. It's so obvious. Gargoyle turns away. Why do I even bother? Stick to driving your rocket ship, Captain Asher. Pew pew blam. That's space pirate. Simple, direct, unsophisticated, artless. A dramatic sigh. What a waste of time. Why are we even talking? Why do anything? So, can you hack the data vault in the Hegemony Ministry? I love it, Gargoyle shouts, sitting up. A glorious... Wow, here, apparently just a complete 180 there. A glorious scheme, practically neon black. Which one? All of them at once? A visor of Cyromard starts flickering with activity. Hold on. Just one, actually. Explain the mission. You explain to Gargoyle the scope of the mission and the target, the Kalachor Archive, the personal data store of the former Provost Tomas Kalachor, which the Hegemony Ministry of Technology standards seized from the Gladi Academy in the wake of some kind of hyperspace experiment that went wrong. He also explained the diplomatic terms, which avoid the implication of an employer-employee relationship that Ryan Arroyo will be providing funding the operation. As you talk, the comms display with Gargoyle becomes crowded with virtualized, half-written list reference panels and code snippets. The hacker leaps from idea to idea, rejecting, accepting contingencies several steps ahead, or adjacent perhaps, from whatever you're actually saying. The visual chaos is somewhat distracting. So, I'm going to say, do you need some time? I guess I'm just taking this a little bit lighter today. That might be tough. I'm going to need to pass some credits along a couple of friends or some special tricks. Do we go all out? If Ryan's buying snacks, I think we do, yes. Here's how it's going to happen. I've got a friend who will make you a little package. It should be ready by the time you get to Nova Maxios in the magic system. Ah, magic. Do you know it? You pick that up and then you do your fancy flying or whatever else it takes to install it in the Hegemony comms relay on the Atlan system. Installation should be easy. Any tech mucking working for you should be able to figure out which end goes where. The real trick comes after. Gotta break the Hegemony crypto. That'll be yours truly, who's got a trick I've been saving from a couple of cycles ago for just the right moment. Gargoyle holds the cable, trailing arms up to the premature display in triumph, and this will be glorious. He sits back down. Right, so after you install the hack device on the comm relay and come back here, you can thank me personally when I hand you a copy of the decrypted data, and friend Ryan has my list of demands. A button tap now. Another button tap, and there's a ping on your data pad as Gargoyle sends you the address of a small holding facility near the main port of the Nova Maxios, as well as the number of a particular storage unit. I'll be there, Gargoyle says with a smile. It seems to imply you're not in on the joke. Now, I have a lot to do before this is ready, so get along. ComSec is going to be completely below its top when we pull this off. Ha! Gargoyle turns to another display, attention focus, cyber augments flickering at an increasing rate as the comm line disconnects, and you almost as an afterthought. So, we need to go to Nova Maxios and get the thing. Anything else we need to buy? I mean, I brought the Marines. I actually forgot to bring, I realized after recording that I forgot to actually bring the other ships here. They have a tiny bit of a deficit here. I mean, I don't know if I really care too much to sell, but if I do sell, that's fine. Another thing that I didn't really do very well with is looking at the unit price over here. I actually paid a little more with tariffs the last time, so we'll figure that out. But their stability is down to 2 because they've been raided by pirates. How sad is that? Let's dump some metals on the open market just to... oh, we still have high suspicion. Well, whoops. All right. And so there's a system patrol. There's a shit ton of debris. We have the Hegemony over here. We have pirate activity over here still. And I'm guessing there's this one over here and there's this mission over here. Let's go over here first. Like we're kind of doing a 2-for-1 at this point. Okay, so search this system for Cilla. Talk to people who might be hiding her and search for signs of her research. This kind of puts us on the other side of the system, but that's okay. We'll kind of fly through and see what garbage is coming up over here. Looks like there's a lot of pirates, and they're just gonna do pirate things today. I don't really care. By the way, I have gotten a lot of really interesting thoughts on what kind of things I should be putting into a modded run for the next time I do this. Okay, they're neutral again. Should have checked my factions list before I started deciding to move around places. Alright, so fortunately we weren't too far already, so it shouldn't be too much for me to kind of loop back around. Hopefully, maybe. Unless I start having to do a lot of searching here. Alright, so unidentified contact. Let's pop in here. This is our system, right? Oh, we went to the complete wrong side of it. So, this habitat. Hello, guys. Have I actually been over here before? I'm not sure. Well, we have pirates that maybe I could have sold drugs to, but this is fine too. We could actually go here real quick. I think, okay, we can't establish a colony. We also can't search for the ruins that are very clearly there. Who has a research station? Ooh, that's actually on the correct side. I might be able to rope that in with a mission to the area down here that has the red planet, as they call it. So here's our habitat. Alright, we don't have... The Persian League is hostile towards me, but if we open the comm relay, we have IU Hopper. After a short wait, your connection request is accepted. Welcome, welcome. What business do you have? And I'm gonna be not as stupid here and not ask directly for people when I'm already hostile with these guys. Do you know anything about the Gladi incident? Yes, actually, recent events in the Gladi system, right? Dangerous. What the Academy got up to, and when they deserve reprimand, the Hegemony reacted with typical overreach. The Persian League filed a complaint in the Inter-Factional Dispute Council. Did you hear? We didn't expect much to come of it, but someone has to say something, right? The Archon examines your moment and says, why do you ask? I'm going to ask, do you think something like that could happen here? I'm just going to try to go through a different dialogue tree, just because this is the first time going through this for me. Of course not, she says curtly. I keep informed of all major industrial and research projects in the system, and the pirates, the last word spoken with the tone of some annoyance. They aren't capable of anything truly catastrophic unless another warlord shows up, but that's why we pay our share to the Persian League Armamentorium. The Archon sits up straighter. So I assure you, Captain, you have nothing to worry about doing business while on Lake Hal habitat. Alright, so I'm going to ask, what if Cilla is on the station right now? She looks nervous. I don't know what you're talking about. You, without some kind of evidence, look, I have another appointment. Good day, Captain. The Archon hits a button and dumps you back in the holding pattern, bearing a spinning crest of the Habitat's Executive Council. The Archon is hiding something, but you won't get it out with some kind of compelling evidence. So, obviously, if we talk to her again, I'm looking for... Oh, the Archon's eyes flicker off to one side and back to you. I don't think I've heard of her, she says, recovering her placid tone of bureaucratic impatience. You know, there's a public comms directory in this section, Captain. Could say the same thing. Let's say the same thing. This again. Like I told you before, there's a public comms directory. It's outside the purview of my office. Can we look at the public comms? Not really. Can we consider our military options? Maybe. If we launch a raid, try to acquire information. Wow, we actually could do a bang-up job here. All right, let's see. Let's see if we got any new updates here. So under important, search the system for Cilla, talk to people who might be hiding her, and search for signs of her research. So we've apparently got a seek and find to do. That's cute. I'm going to go to the magic system for now because we have how long until the Hegemony decides to show up? 12 days. Might actually need to go ahead and fly home, which is fine. Really? That's what we're doing today. Okay. Well, if we can find other signs of her work, we can always come back here and do that a little bit later, because there's obviously some interesting story missions that can come into play right here. So, and see, here's the problem, is that it's estimated 9 days until arrival. So we are going to do this first. And we have lots of fighting. Let's at least see what these new missions are, because if we have anything that's kind of in the same direction and we don't, then that can change what we're doing here just a little bit. So we're going to make a lot of people run, and that's fine. But yeah, I don't have time to look for a needle in a haystack when I can just go home and defend my turf real quick. So you're hostile, you're hostile. We might have like a surprise fleet come out after us here in just a minute. Like, I know there is the potential for, if we made peace with these people, that they would just say, you know what, bygones be bygones. Let's pay off. Everybody here, is that one of ours? No, it's just a regular old smuggler. Alright, so as you can see, we got a lot of monthly income here. Money is not going to be an issue anymore. We have still only one size 6 colony, but it is making a crap ton of money. And I have like all the gamma cores installed as well, which is hilarious, but that means we have more excess to put on the market. Then Zhang, Hanturaya, they're almost bigger. And then we have our new colony. I may go ahead and drop another colony on there right now, just so that we can have them both building in tandem and I can kind of start working towards building up things. How long until our buddies get here? 7 days. Nope. They're here already. Okay, well, let's might as well give them the big hello. Alright. So let's show them a trick we learned. Pelagius is over here. They're probably going to be trying to go through my other systems. That looks like a big fleet that could possibly be helping here. Let's transverse jump. I'm going to keep my beacon on. I want them to know it's us. Alright, so where are they? That's a ping. I mean, it could be that they're coming from over here, over here, over here. It can't be that hard to find a big yellow triangle. Okay, that looks promising. Maybe a little too promising. Okay, it's not hostile. That's a lot of debris, though. That looks like an AI group trying to fight my orbital station. Well, enough of that. Well, the good news is that their combat readiness will be down. So let's intercept. And our poor station. It's actually holding up pretty well. I should probably be dropping in some money to upgrade my station, so I'm definitely going to do that afterwards. But look, we get to fly a ship that I have not practiced at all. Alright, since the last time I flew here. So we have 409 deployment points. Obviously we're deploying you, deploying you, deploying you. Space Raptor and friends. Who else do we want? These guys seem pretty effective. Y'all seem pretty effective. You're slightly damaged. And, yeah, we're going to keep the Conquest on the bench for now. I guess technically I could not take an Eagle or something. But this is fine. I mean, we have a friggin' space station here. So, the reinforcements have arrived. And it looks like we're still fairly early in the engagement. So, let's go ahead and have some fun here. We're going to just go ahead and have you engage there. You know, we're going to go ahead. I don't know if I can have you just outright defend. I kind of want to have our people move up a little bit, so buddy system's good. Buddy system's good. We're just all buddies here today. I'm going to have these little harassers here just kind of harass. We'll see how they do. I trust the AI to be good about things. Alright, so this will be interesting. Let's go ahead and have everybody else muster right here. Maybe we have you guys stick together as well. So we'll do the buddy system for the tiny frigates here. This one, the Glimmer, is doing really good even with the cryo blaster. Alright, so we're going to just hug the right side of our space station here. And we're going to see what doomy things we can do with the Doom. Alright, so here's our high-tech battle station. It's got lasers for days, literally. Wow, that's it's really far. But anyway, it's got a lot of lasers. I apparently really like lasers. I like how small this battlefield is. We'll see if I still like how small it is in just a little bit. Alright, so here's the rest of our group. Coming right up here. We lost a command point, but it's fine. Alright. So we want to be able to engage, but we got to kind of engage smartly here, so let's see if we can get some of these fighters taken out. Like, these mines are really, really effective against fighters. Okay, while we're here, let's get rid of this rally point. Alright. So now we have some targets. I'm going to kind of let you freestyle. And we'll move you guys up through here a bit, I think, maybe. This is a Space Raptor, isn't it? Okay. Let's send you guys up to the Legion. That'll be just fine. And I'll see what kind of harassment shenanigans I can get into. Alright, meanwhile, you're gonna go after well, I don't really want to throw you in the middle of the fray. So we'll just kind of send you this way, and I'll see what kind of garbage I can get up to. Alright, so we're just going to back off, vent, see if our mines can do their work. One unfortunate thing about the Hegemony is that they have a whole bunch of... what's the word for it? Defense? Okay, so we can just let those missiles have fun here. But they have a bunch of point defense, so we're gonna go for the big gun here. We're gonna go for the Legion. See how that works out. Okay, I got a pretty good shot here. Unfortunately, still missed with the other stuff, so... actually managed to dodge that. Nice. Got to really get out of the way from my flux, though. So, meanwhile, while all this crap's going on... Okay, we're just going to let this soft flux go for a second. Like I said, it's terrifying watching Asher play a Doom. That's what we've learned here so far. But fortunately, I have some other really good support ships. But yeah, this guy is just firing actual Reaper torpedoes at us. I've got to get out of their range right now. Okay, so we're doing a fantastic job at dying. Like, I'm already taking a lot of hits here. So we've got to find a place to recover just a little bit. And it's probably not going towards the other enemy here, so let's see what we can get. Just a little bit of recovery. There's an onslaught. Like, I have some fairly good shots here. Let's risk a bit. Okay, don't get greedy now. It's really easy to get myself killed. I've got to get back to my support in a hurry. Yeah, there's our happy little ship getting happy little blasted. But so far we're doing alright. There's another Legion. And there's an Onslaught doing Onslaught things. Like, our stuff's doing really good. Alright, this seems like a good screenshot opportunity, so let's go ahead and take advantage of it. Like, we got the high drama here. Got a good old apogee. Alright, let's get in there. Just kind of parking on top of another ship, but it's fine. Okay. That's a little better. Oh, I can't even hit you at point blank range. Still though, that's kind of the right idea here. Wow. Alright, so Okay. Lesson learned, don't be next to the exploding ship. Alright, claim victory. Yes, please. So we lost 2 ships that have a bunch of story point build-ins. So we are actually going to use, for the High Moon, I'm going to use the story point because it does have safety overrides built in, which we can't do anymore. And the Doom apparently is something we can do. We're going to take the High Endeavor as a trophy as well. So it looked good until I failed. All right. So the Hegemony don't like us. We used a story point. It's cool. We actually took them out, picked through the wreckage. And did I just let them go on accident? Like, we still have an AI inspection fleet that's avoiding contact. Can I not pursue them? I'm just tapping buttons now. So Centurion, Brawler. Let's go repair real quick. Alright. Manage the colony. We are under crew strength because of you. So bye-bye. Okay, maybe this time we try not failing at this. That would be a plus. Fortunately, we can get stuff here now, which is good. Get stuff here now, which is great. And yeah. While we're here, let's go ahead, since we just managed to slap 2 D-mods on here. We go to the refit screen and we go to the restore button. That's going to be kind of expensive. So maybe next time, don't sit in the butt of the exploding onslaught. But we're gonna be making good money every month, so this is fine. Let's finish the game here. We're gonna pursue them. Let our second in command handle it, and this is where we send the conquests. And you guys. And we got most of them out of here. Don't think we lost any ships here, so that's fine. Okay, so I have 2 story points to spend now. I could have done worse. I actually did pretty terribly there, but I could have done even worse. So unidentified fleet. First off, I want to see the personal bounty down here doesn't really work anymore. So the AI inspection failed. Has been defeated here. And were they actually... I guess they just stopped at this station first, so... While we're here, let's go to our colonies. This is all going to be expensive upgrades. But upgrade to a battle station, that cost 500. Hantu-Raya. Okay, your Hantu-Raya is good already. Coupe. Alright. You actually have room for another industry. My goodness, I missed out on that. So mining is good. What can we add? I guess since there's no atmosphere, I could put a second heavy industry here. That might be good. It's a little expensive. It's probably better than refining, but we could do refining on site, so maybe we'll do heavy industry third. I have a lot of light industry. We'll do refining. And then we still should have enough money to upgrade. Like so. So that'll help the stability just a little bit. Nice. Alright, so Ludic Path Sleeper Cell. We knew this was coming. Okay. So since we're here, one thing I need to do... Okay, there's a few things I need to do, and we're going to kind of do them in a weird order here. We have how many days to do this? 89 days. So I'm going to do the red planet. This is like a total gear shift. But I'm going to go drop a second colony off here. Then we're going to go over here, and then we're going to visit the red planet, because that is a thing that's kind of been on my to-do list for far too long. And clearly, we can search for a needle in the haystack in the core worlds another time, but for now, I can find a big blinking planet all around here. Military bounties, nah. Manage the colony. Let's put our weapons in storage. Spoiler alert, we won't be needing Marines where we're going, so let's drop you kitties off at the pool. Let's drop you guys off. We're good on crew. We're going to take 1,000 extra crew because we're dropping off a colony. And we'll do this. This is fine. And the other one's going to start off as a farming colony too. Unfortunately, we can't use the soil nanites for anything. But yeah, heavy industry on that other place would be really good for Corrupted Nanoforge. I can probably officially sell the Hypershunt tap because we won't be settling close enough to a place, close enough to a Hypershunt. And that's just kind of how the saves go sometimes. So I think this fleet's fine for taking on bigger, badder, scarier things. It's kind of funny because I didn't have enough to like deploy all of my ships, so maybe I don't need to be bringing all of them. You know, if I don't need to be bringing all of them, then let's not bring the two that are not being staffed by an officer. Like, do I have any idle officers? I might. No, I don't. Alright, so we don't have any officers that need to level up, strangely. Like, officers were just super bountiful here. So this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Yeah, I'm pleased with how this is going so far. Okay, so repair ships. Doesn't take too much. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. So we're going to go over here, and then we're going to go visit a research station. Actually, let's check this real quick just to be sure. Oh boy, I need some more fuel. That's one reason to check. Other reason to check is that we want to do this on the other colony that's all the way over here now. So we're going to go to Umu. But before we do, we're actually going to fill up on gas. So there's some on the open market. 25 per, one thing is good. But like if I try to buy all these, which I can't afford, you see the unit price here, 226. I'm pretty sure that includes the tariffs. So that 166 is a little bit deceiving. If we fill up on gas though, how are we doing? That's much better. All right. Okay, since I have a crap ton of supplies and I'm not made of time here, I'm obviously flipping buttons a little too fast. We're going to transverse jump out of here. Just because I want to get moving. And yeah, we sent the Hegemony running away screaming. We can turn off our beaker now. We can actually turn on our sustained burn now. Yeah, this is just turning out to be fairly interesting. Maybe not this part. This part's gonna hurt a little bit. But maybe I take one bump and everything else goes just fine. Yeah, it feels a little weird taking less ships towards the red planet. And I will say the red planet thing is not something that's been spoiled for me before, but since it's the first time I'm doing it on a channel, I'm going to at least read and give a little bit of an idea of what's going on here, kind of like I did with some of the other dialogue trees here. If it's the first time on the channel, then it's kind of fair game for reading. And also, it's really nice that we bought so much shit, and yet we have a lot of money left. Alright, so we want to do Umu, because this place has adequate farmland. So we're gonna have so many resources here. Like, we're gonna have so much food, it's gonna be great. Alright, so transverse jump over here. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. But yeah, two colonies pretty much right away is a great way to do it. So once again, with the spaceport, there's going to be some accessibility problems. Some of that's from hostilities, some of that's just from not being particularly close. But we can fix that. So we can't build an industry quite yet. Oh my god, that just hazard rating 150. That used to be kind of the cap for where I'd want to settle here, but now we have farming. I definitely want to throw another way station on here. By the way, we are getting a mismanagement penalty right now, and I'm a little irritated by that. One thing I forgot to do, because I was just blithely doing everything here, was that I forgot to bring a core, because I was going to drop a alpha core in another colony here. So if I look here at my screen, I'm not really sure which place I want to put the stuff in. Like, I could probably, I'm not sure really which one of these colonies is going to be most profitable, or if I want to go ahead and set one of the alpha cores up here, but we're definitely going to have to run back and do that again. Regardless, mistakes have been made. We're just going to have to live with it. So, research station orbiting an ice giant in the Epsilon Magna star system. Epsilon Morga. So, that's a black hole with a research station. How did I miss that? Don't know if it's going to have anything, but we can at least see. That's a really close beacon. But yeah, the goal here is still going to be that we'll have to defend some of these stations sometimes. Like, unfortunately, our fleets do not share defenses, which means that the next planet that I colonize on that system, I'm going to be colonizing a lot faster because we're kind of steamrolling the economy now here, is going to be that barren world that has the hot there, so I can go ahead and put a patrol HQ in there, and that might actually be the very first thing I build in there. So we'll take the stability hit for the moment. I mean, what am I going to do? I messed up, and I'm on a little bit of a clock, literally because of recording, but figuratively also because, well, this is kind of what we're doing. Looks like this black hole only has a... I've actually already been here. Wait, no, I haven't. Okay. Because we have unidentified planets. Well, let's identify the thing. All right. Look-a-doodle. That is a word I just said out loud. Okay. Hello, research station. And we get 90,000 credits just for the trouble. We get info on a habitable world, which is not super exciting, and we're going to let this scroll through, even though I've been not super high expectations for things I can get here, and hypervelocity driver blueprint's actually really valuable. Tachyon Lance. I have struggled to get those this playthrough on the double tap. Okay, so nothing much new now, and that's okay. Tac Lance is really good, but a little late here. Maybe if I want to rebuild with some other stuff. All right, so technology cache is all the way over there. College Horror Archives over here. Red Planet though. Which one is the red planet? Thros. All right. What's up, Thros? Make sure we're just gonna ping once just to make sure we're not missing anything. I have a lot of fuel. My supplies are okay. Spaceport is starting at Umo. Their accessibility is -13. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem until we get some other stuff available. And their accessibility is a little low because right now we're only building ground defenses. Can add a way station. It's not going to solve all the problems, but it is going to help. Upgrading the spaceport's going to help. Putting in somebody that actually has skills like an alpha core is going to help. I might just drop some alpha cores in both of those. Although I will say that at least having myself sitting on it is supposedly giving it a stability bonus. Or it was. Alright, so hyperspace. Here we go. Does this yellow star have anything useful? I mean, I have a lot of fuel. And we're already kind of in the neighborhood. I did not stop here. That's a little unlike me to not stop here. But I guess I was like doing shit at Jana and just kind of running like hell So let's see what's here. I mean, for all I know, it's yet another really nice system that just got shoved onto the edge of the map. Maybe not. That's a desert and a tundra world with a few stable locations. Could definitely do worse than that. We'll do a quick survey. Check off this on the list. By the way, I feel really dumb. I didn't realize you could build stable locations in space. I think it's literally one of these things. Well, maybe not, but there's a way you can do it, as far as I know. I don't think it's a mod. I'm pretty sure it's in the base game. I have 319 space dollars. Now I have a little more. Alright, so that's money that's dropped down a little bit, probably just because of stability. So let's survey. Says this is a good planet. It's really interesting, though, because it has common organics, but kind of rare everything else, but vast ruins. So that kind of tells you the story of what happened on Zeta Morga 2. We don't talk about Zeta Morga 1. Alright, once again, not the most exciting, but we will definitely take your stuff. Alright, over cargo capacity. Let's fix that. Interesting. I guess I always knew how big of a penalty you get for cargo doing this kind of stuff, but once again, let's look at where I've spent my money here. Like, I spent a bunch on supplies, I've spent a bunch on fuel, I spent a bunch just trying to repair my ships after an engagement, where apparently I need to learn to engage a little better with the Doom, which I guess is where you have the Reaper torpedoes that you're not supposed to fire directly in the battleship's butt. But I can say I did successfully take down half of its health. Okay, we've got to just pick a spot to go through, so we're going to go through here. We're going to go through nice and slow. And hopefully that'll work out. Now, if you are new to Starsector and you're unfamiliar with this encounter, it's not unlike what you have to deal with. Maybe we visit some of these other places because I'm here. I'm not so sure about a red dwarf, we'll see. But it's not entirely unlike the when we went to the places that were up here, the God, what's the word for it? The birthing creches or whatever it's called, where you can get the bonus for population if you're within 10 places of them. So red planet, you're just looking for a red planet. Well, fringe jump point's fine. Alright, well, what do we got? We have 2 planets to choose from, and one that is conveniently marked with a quest marker. Well, I think that makes our life a little bit easier. Now, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure we don't have any body flying around here. It's just us going to this terrible red star with this terrible red planet with this awesome background music. Look, there it is. It's a desert world with some elaborate stuff going on here. So let's see. The sensors are having a hard time evaluating the tenuous megastructure enveloping its entire surface. Your sensors officer takes the initiative and applies some exotic parameters to the interferometer feed. Inputs go green as a few seconds later a sub-AI tentatively identifies a stable planetary scaled energy field. So we have defenses here, and one of those defenses is a radiant with an alpha core. In fact, I think all of these have alpha cores in it. So it's a fulgent, a lumen, and a radiant. We should be able to take this. Radiants are still scary as hell. This radiant looks like it has 2 tack lances on it. Might actually have 5 tack lances on it. So that's pretty horrifying. We can deploy everything. I know we just talked about decreasing the deployment availability for these kind of story fights. I'm sorry. I apparently got a little too excited and just said, you know what, we're gonna just start the fight. Alright. So we're gonna have you escort you. We're gonna have you try to move up here. You move up here. Buddy system is good. Buddy system is good. Plus it'll curb your aggression because this guy got himself killed being so aggressive last time. And we'll see if our tiny little probes here end up pulling some aggro. So there it is, red planet. I'm doing this in a doom. All right, that's really terrifying. So, oh, tack lance to the face. All right, so we get to watch everything in super slow motion. But here comes our fleet. Apparently, a lot of us are just deciding to ignore commands here, but it's cool. I'm pretty sure what we want to be doing here is just actually attacking you two. Everybody on the big ship. Gonna try a safety vent here. Wow, we actually got some mine damage going off. That's fantastic. I did get just a little bumped by the whatchamacallit. Alright, so let's see if we can do good this time. Well, we did. We got a hit. And it got its shields up in time. There we go. Radiant down. Yeah, that helps when you have a giant fleet that can just go around it, so... yeah, cryo flamers to the face! And we didn't blow ourselves up. So yeah, it's easy when you have a bunch of battleships and everything, but I am pleased with flying the Doom a little bit better. And I'm pleased with how my self-made builds for these are holding up, so we can go up here. I did not manage to get myself killed, so that's a plus. Alright, so that's this event. Victory is claimed. Alright, so ship recovery. Do I use a story point to recover a backup radiant? I think that's the correct move, because I'm not planning on getting in any other fights. And we still have a story point remaining. So in case we happen to lose one radiant, we have another now. Alright, pick through the wreckage. Alpha core, nice. So we can drop that on a colony. Maybe we can drop that on a colony on the way back, if I'm being honest here. Little surprised we didn't get a attack lance, but that's probably because I actually recovered the ship that had them. So continue. Further scans revealed the energy field is not entirely uniform, perhaps owing to the running down power source. And your bridge crew is able to pick up a distress beacon transmitting from the surface. The transmission is set on repeat and garble waves that indicate an aging equipment. In other words, this is an old defense system from the previous AI wars. And it just kind of said, you know what, things are bad, just shoot down anybody that comes over here. But we destroyed their defenses, so we get to pick through the salvage. And we get yet another cryo-arrhythmic engine. And we get a Scarab heavy frigate blueprint, which is fine. And we get the planetary shield blueprint, which is valuable, but we are actually going to learn it and use it, because it, like, greatly increases the defense of the planet. Envelop a charged plasma seeded with an envelope of charged plasma seeded with exotic virtual particles producing effects which disrupt the combat effectiveness of long-range bombardment and even inclusion by small vessels. The planetary shield can be continuously charged and controlled from a central source and presents a formidable obstacle for ground assault. So we're going to learn that. We're going to learn this. We're going to see if we can survey this planet. Look, we actually we literally ripped the, oh, that's a terrible planet. But we literally ripped the defense system off of it. That's pretty hilarious. Right, any other, okay, my really good fuel situation has kind of turned into a not great fuel situation. So maybe I do just try to make my way back to this set of colonies specifically, because as long as I put an alpha core in one place, we make it work here. However, I may try to take a look over at these stars real quick. Like, these are all super tempting. This shit looks like it's all in the same system. So let's go. By the way, while we're here, let's look at the refit. So we have 1, 2 tachyon lances and 3 of them that just burned into ash. So it looks like I had sabots and 5 tachyon lances. That's actually a pretty similar build to what I was using. Good job, AI. Let's not fly into a star. And we have some other repairs that we're doing here. Let's actually suspend the repairs on you right now. So that way we will have enough supplies. It's kind of like we did just enough to make this work. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick, but not too quick, greedy peek down here. Because this line, especially since I can't really do a straight, well, I can kind of do a straight line. Like, if we go, I keep on to read that as Brigador, I kind of keep on to read that as the Bigfoot system. So let's see, do we have what looks like a promising system down here? That's a lot of shit. I at least want to see it. Alright. It's a bunch of crap. Let's see if there's anything we can salvage or recover, because I could definitely use some fuel. Would be very interesting to go to a system this far in the corner of the map and not be able to actually get anything from it. And that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just get all the way around and there's just literally nothing there. It doesn't look like any of these places have ruins unless I missed it. But this is actually just a blank system. I'm gonna... Okay, let's not fly in the corona a little bit. That one has some ruins. I don't know if it's worth flying into the corona to get them, though. No, it's definitely not worth it. Alright. Let's get out of here. I am gonna... like, fly over here. I kind of wish I could set waypoints. I'm sure there's a mod that would let me do that. Also should probably set my sustained burn. But yeah, I am super happy with how things are going. This has been a very productive bit of work, bit of time. And so what's the next step? The next step is to kind of work through the other story missions and make my way towards the end of the regularly scheduled content. And then we will have some fun with seeing if we can kind of put a capstone on this by dealing with some of the factions that haven't exactly been fair in dealing with us. I've definitely developed a few grudges this run. Alright. Am I feeling spicy? I'm feeling a little spicy. It's not super smart for me to do this, especially with so few things available. But the black hole's right here. Let's do it. Okay, this takes 81 fuel. How much does an inter-system jump take? None, apparently, so that's a plus. Alright, so quick scan. Doesn't really give us a lot. How bad did we screw ourselves on fuel? Kind of bad. Hopefully I can just get to the gravity well. Or we can always end an episode by saying we have our own distress beacon. Alright, so if our stuff is around that planet, probably not. I'm going to check the gas giant. And then we're going to peace out and see if we can fly home. But yeah, this was not the direction I expected this episode to go, but I've had kind of a good time. I hope y'all have too. Alright. I think this was a bust. Not the first bust, not the last. Once again, just an interesting look at the fact that the sure things that were the sure things in the previous version of this game are not now. And we are about to be supply dead again, so that's fun. All right, real quick, I love this. We're already turning a profit on Umu. I didn't even do hazard pay, so that's why we're already turning a profit. Turn Freeport on too, which helps with access. So do we have Freeport on for you? No, but we should. All right, so that way station's building. Farming here is going. We want a way station here. And Patrol HQ 300 versus Patrol HQ for 300. We will need to build an orbital station as well, but I'm going to build a Patrol HQ first, and we'll figure it out from there. Because anything we can do for stability and other sake is fine. Like I said, fuel's going to be a little tight. It'd be a little embarrassing to have to end this with a distress beacon, but it looks like I could do this one of two ways. If we have the way station over here, we'll be able to get stuff going. If we turn off some ships, like if we mothball you, that gives us a little more fuel. Who's our biggest fuel suck right now? Probably you. That's really expensive to mothball, though. You're low tech. You're probably okay to mothball for now. So that gives us maybe a little more. Actually, I'm not sure if that does help with our fuel. Ugh. So I can just press right here and see. Alright, well that's going to help with other stuff anyway. So I guess what I'm going to do here, because my avarice has gotten the best of me, is we're probably going to get sucked into a hole here. What I could do is one of two things. I could go to my other colonies and just wait for the way station to build and let that get populated. And I accidentally actually did all this without supplies. So how many days am I going to be parked here? That's way too long. I guess we see how far we can make it. That's what I get for getting too excited and recording so late. And we got ships that are actually going to have some problems now. So we don't want to get ping-pong too far. But let's see how close or how far we can make it home. Pirate bounty is almost expired. We kind of need to fly just pretty much in a straight line here, which means we don't want to hit these hyperspace storms too hard. And accident report, we lost crew, major, 0% combat readiness for a damaged ship. Okay, well, that's lovely. And this is the reason that I don't really want to sit and do the distress beacon thing. We actually have a hold up. Do we have a pirate base here? It's hard to say. We definitely have a beacon here. But yeah, we might make it. We lost a ship. So we lost the Fury. Okay, that's annoying. I should have stripped that because that had some gear on it. Alright, well. And it looks like that gear didn't make it into our storage either, so that's a pretty serious misplay on my part, so enjoy critiquing that. So now we have no supplies, and we've just got to make sure that we get to the correct gravity well. Are we at the correct gravity well? Looks like we are. That's not the correct one. That is not even close to the correct one. Oh my goodness. Okay, your fleet's out of fuel, begins to drift. That just means we brought just the right amount of fuel, right? Okay. Wait. No, we're not. We don't want to go into the star. You fool. Alright, we have no control over this, so we're going to take even more damage. Gross. Alright, so Jing looks like the closest place we can repair. So let's get the hell over there real fast. Alright, so we lost a Fury. We have a damaged Lumen that we're also having some problems with. Space Raptor is damaged, so that's can we please make it back? Pretty please? Ugh. We only have 0 supplies available. Alright. Oh god! 1,000 supplies. Lots of fuel. Gross, but I love that the only ship I lost in that whole ordeal was the one that I was stupid with. But that's okay. I mean, what we're going to do here is just strip this for now. I want to park this elsewhere. You guys are just fine. Honestly, the Fury was doing good, but it wasn't doing like... It wasn't like carrying the weight that some of the other ships were. So one thing I need to do here. We like you being the administrator here for sure. And Pelesius already has AI Overlord, so I guess Hantu Raya is our best option here because the orbital works and the fuel production's here. So let's do that real quick. And then congratulations, guys. You all may not realize this, but I can see in my analytics that me just taking one day of not posting a video has really screwed up with YouTube's directing video people to me or viewers to me, but it's cool. I'm curious about what happens when I post a video over an hour because I have a feeling it's going to be something similar. But that's fine. I just dropped a few more supplies. It's cool. So, if we replace myself with an Alpha Core, Alpha Cores don't charge money. And they have great skills, plus accessibility, plus ground operations, plus industrial planning. This is one reason that I'm looking at dropping Alpha Cores over in the other place because they have these skills. And these skills are good. Alright, so look at this. Suddenly we're turning a profit, even with Freeport and hazard pay. And we're still growing ever so slowly. Yeah, looking good in the neighborhood, that is for sure. But yeah, I'm always a little curious about what it's going to turn into with like everything. But the number one thing that it makes me happy to see is just people commenting, people watching, people learning, people giving me advice. So apparently don't give me a high-tech destroyer or a high-tech cruiser because I don't do good with letting them survive because I lose them in really dumb ways. But anyway, let's drop off the Mem Zero. That's actually a really terrible name. Let's not sell it though. Let's store it, so that'll put you guys back up. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I don't think we have too much more to take right now unless I want to grab another conquest, which I might as well because I literally just accidentally dumped my other... Well, maybe I take the Iris instead. I can figure that out later. It's been a lot of recording in a long time and hopefully fun for you guys like it's been fun for me. But that's going to do it for this one. This is Asher. Let's just make sure we've resumed all repairs on everybody just to make sure we're here, just to make sure 59 supplies. Next time, we are going to be, like I said, we have some story advancements to do. We have some colonies to build up. As you can see here now, we no longer have the admin penalty. So we don't have a management bonus either, but it's all good. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it. And next time I'm going to try not to have a ship die just because I get too excited about exploring planets. But thanks for watching. Take care.